In this video, we're going to go over a feature that's available in the Pro and Pro Plus level of Worship Extreme. This feature is available to the Pro and Pro Plus levels of Worship Extreme, and that's the stage display. The stage display is different than your regular display that you would see and display for everyone else in your congregation. This is a specialized display meant for notes or for a choir or something like that, that you don't want everybody else to see the layout. They don't need to see the graphics and everything. They just need background. Now, if you looked at one of my previous videos where we added lyrics, I said that the song that I did was not a good example for something to be shown to the congregation, but it's better for the choir. And that's what the stage display would allow you to be able to do. So let's go ahead and cut over to Worship Extreme so we can see how this works. All right, we're in Worship Extreme right now, and as you can see, this is the layout that we made in our last video about how to add lyrics to Worship Extreme. Now again, I said this is not a good example of a song. Me personally, being a minister of music, I would have never used this song and displayed this song for the congregation, but I would like to show this to the choir so that way they are not holding sheet music. They don't have lyric sheets or anything like that. That way they can just look at a screen that's dedicated just for them. Now with Worship Extreme, in this paid model, the Pro and the Pro Plus, you can hook up an additional monitor. So now you'll have 1, 2, and 3 screens. The first monitor would be showing what you're seeing right now. This is the interface who would be driving and operating Worship Extreme. This would be the screen that goes out for your congregation to see, or this might also be one that you would feed into a video mixer so that if you're live streaming, people can see that on your live stream or in different areas of the church for people to see. Now this is probably not the best view for a choir to see because you don't need all the colors and everything like that in the background. The choir just needs lyrics, or if you have notes for your speaker, they don't need to see the graphics. They just need to see the words sometimes. So that's where we would introduce the stage display. And as you can see, the stage display is really bare bones. You have your time, you have your video count, you have your current slide, and you also have what's coming up next. And this would be a great way for a choir to see, because that way all they care about are the words of what's going to be sang next. So if we went through the same display as before, we have this one song, the solo. Again, no one will really necessarily need to see this, but what you could do is actually in the interface, you can turn on selectively these screens. So you could have, right now I'm running both screens as you can see for the stage display and the presentation display that everyone else would see. But you could turn off the display. For example, if you go to the interface, you can come in here and turn off whatever given display so both don't need to be on at the same time. So by putting up a song, and what the choir is going to see is like this. And just like the same interface when somebody's controlling it, we are just pressing the right arrow or clicking on the slide that we want to show, and then it will progress and move to the next one. Now again, this is very important that you watch how the words are going to be displayed, because as you can see, any song with a lot of words are going to be displayed and take up a lot of space, and they're going to be shrunken down. So it may be difficult for the choir members to see unless you have a really large TV. Also realize when you use this feature, you need to have a computer that has a video card that's capable of putting out multiple displays. For example, the video card that I have in my computer right now can actually output 5 different displays. And you need a computer that's fast enough to be able to handle that as well. So this feature may not be available to everyone in your current computer hardware, but you could easily go and get a video card that can handle that. And I'll actually include some recommended video cards that can actually handle that. So again, just realize that with the paid model, the Pro and the Pro Plus, it opens up a lot of doors to other features that are available that the free one does not have. So So let's just show how to actually configure this whole thing. All right, let's cut over here to our desktop. So over here in Worship Extreme, we're just going to go up here, the gear in the upper right hand corner, click on that and go to settings. And then we're just going to go to screen configuration. Now, the more screens you have plugged in, more will show up here. As I told you before, my computer can output 5 different displays, but I only have 4 set up right now. So I can configure at any time which one I want to be which screen. So right now I have 4 as a display, which is going to be the one that will go out to the congregation or our projectors for the masses to see. Display 3 is set up as our stage display. This is going to be set up for output just for our choir or our speaker, for them to be able to see that. And you literally just have to come in here to stage display and pick which monitor that you want to pick to use that feature. And obviously you cannot use the same display for each function. It has to be one-to-one. All right, so display 1 is what I'm using for my interface. Display 2 I'm not using, but display 3 and 4 are the ones that are actually using the stage display and regular display. And that's literally all you have to do to get that to work. So again, this is one of those pro features that will really benefit your church and actually help the usability of what Worship Extreme can bring. You can use this in other capacities. Right now, I've only used it in a choir and a speaker standpoint, but again, it just opens the door on other possibilities that you can use. I hope that helped. This is AJ, and I really appreciate y'all watching this video. If you found some value in it, go ahead and like it, share it with anybody, and again, consider subscribing and hit that notification button. That way you get notified when we come out with new videos and new tutorials like this. This is AJ the CEO. Thanks again.